retained by a client. Coincidentally, he found me because we had a common last name, Rose, and he was a lineman for a cable television company, and their business was to string cable strand on power poles. It was at the very beginning of cable television. And he was working a job where he was actually removing cable from a pole, a line of poles that was to be taken down. And he was up the pole about 15, 20 feet to remove cable, and a cable snapped, and it resulted in the pole snapping underground. And he was strapped to the pole and essentially rode the pole down to the ground and crushed his arms and legs. And so we pursued a claim against what was then Public Service Company of Colorado. They owned the pole. The whole case was about the fact that the pole was rotted underground. And we had to take the case all the way through trial. Shortly after he was discharged from the hospital, I told him we had to go find, if you will, the butt of the pole. And he got some of his buddies, and they put him in the back of a pickup truck while he was still recuperating, and drove him out to the site of the accident. And he pointed out to them where the pole butt was, and they dug that butt up and put it in the back of the truck with him and drove it home, and he stored it there. We had a wonderful expert that we found back east, and his field of expertise was telephone poles and wood products. We hired him. He came out. He examined it. He said, obviously, this pole was rotted below ground. And we had to take the case all the way through trial. And I think one of the most memorable events of that trial was he was supposed to testify on the third day of trial. He came in early on the second day of trial and came right to the courthouse from the airport, didn't go to the hotel, and we were in the middle of trial. We had witnesses on the stand, the jury in the jury box, and he walked in old beat-up corduroys and a flannel plaid shirt, and he looked like Paul Bunyan was coming into the courtroom. And when he took the stand the next day, the jurors just absolutely fell in love with him. We had to take the case through to a verdict and got a wonderful verdict for our client.